Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Farha,
My name is Hafizah.
and we're going to do a video evaluation for topic 5, which is listening and critical thinking. So, the role play that we did in the video was always happen among students, no matter in which grade they were. So, it is important for us to be alert with this situation because if we are distracted with something else while others talking to us, especially during class session, it might affect our grade in class or in certain subjects. So one of the very first situation that happened in the video was when Fatin busies herself by doing something else meanwhile the lecture is going on around her.
Okay, this situation is actually should not happen. The good student, which is me, I should wake Fatin up and make sure she listen to whatever the lecturer is saying. Pay attention in the class because when she doesn't listen to the lecture, she will suffer later on, especially in the examination. She will get a bad grade in her exam.
So the next situation, given that the lecturer did ask, does the students have any questions? The lecturer herself should have alert with the surroundings, with what is happening around her surroundings, especially what is happening among her students. It is obvious that Fatin is not interested in her class, so as a lecturer, she should have mind the business on what is happening in Fatin because if she herself did not take responsibility on what's happening with her students, that will make her a bad lecturer because an educator should have guide their students to be successful.
Okay, the next scene is when Hafizah, me, and also Nina is doing some revision. Nina did ask me some questions when she doesn't understand some topics in class. But then at the back, there is Fatin who is sleeping and then playing with her phones, and that situation should not happen. Me and Nina should actually drag her, like force her to join our discussion to make sure she understand whatever the topics will come out in the examination.
So what Nina did was very good. Maybe she asked again what was the question that Hafiza mentioned in the class, since maybe the class it was being too loud.
Or maybe the class is too quiet that makes her so sleepy.
So it is a very good action for her to ask Hafiza what's going on because since she knows which student was being alert in the class. So the next thing was during the examination. So in the hall, we could see that Fatin struggles a lot with the task because that's what happened when you don't want to listen to what people are going to say, to stay alert in class, to stay focused. It is important for you to take notes while listening to what the lecturer wants to say to you because sometimes we miss on the most important thing or messages that they want to deliver to us.
And Fatin also should join any study group her friends is doing because on that time they're going to discuss like so many topics that is going to be out in the examination.
So we've shown the scene where Hafiza and Nina score their test excellently.
While Fatin, she almost failed.
And basically that's what happened when you are
Doesn't really pay attention much.
you are stubborn to learn for yourself. Maybe in other ways, if you don't want to listen to what people are going to say to you or to be lazy in the class, you should have do a revision for yourself. maybe
Enjoy our group discussion.
maybe you can do a method that you feel you enjoy learning it.
Yes. So the last thing is when Fatin is doing some revision in her home, and then she doesn't really understand what is the questions is talking about. So what she's doing is she called me Hafizah. I'm the good student, and she did she did ask for help from me, and I think it is a very good solution for her because she approached people who really knows the problems, how to solve the questions. Maybe yeah.
It is not too late for a student to catch up with what they've been learning for the exam because maybe they regret it at the past in the past. But what she did was she want to recover
Change.
back.
She
She wants
wants
to take back the chance where she could actually achieve her dreams, achieve her good results, but she was just a little bit too late for that since the final has ended. The reason why Fatin asked Hafizah to come to her house instead of meeting at a crowded place or stuff, because maybe she couldn't stay focused in a place that she doesn't familiar with. Maybe we couldn't say that the class is familiar or unfamiliar because it depends on a person. But maybe to Fatin, she more comfortable and can focus more when she learns and determined to learn at her house.
Next, maybe Fatin is the type of person who doesn't really understand when the lecturer is teaching, because maybe she is too fast. Maybe she is too fast, and she needs someone who actually teach her one to one, so then she can understand better the topic, and actually she can do well in any exams.
So, moral of the story is that you have to at least try to listen to what people are going to say. Maybe if the lecture is boring or it bores you, you just have to listen to it. Then maybe if you doesn't want to really listen in the class, maybe you can personally approach the lecturer and you can ask them questions, or you can just ask those friends, which the successful friend. So
Knowledge is for everyone.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are the two other members of the group, and we are very thankful for Farha and Hafizah for their explanation just now
on our video. So now we're going to be talking about this one group which contains Ahmazik, Yasmin,
Izzati,
Izzati,
and
and
Aini.
yes. So basically, the situation in their video was about language. They set it up a situation where they will try to communicate in Japanese to the other two Malaysians.
And basically, Aini is someone who is half Japanese, and so she tried to speak Japanese with these two Malaysian. However, definitely the Malaysian cannot understand her Japanese because they are Malaysian. And well, she tried to
communicate with them by making gestures and also use simple words that actually connected to what she tried to say and so on. Basically, in that situation, there were language barriers.
And then Haziq and Yasmin tried to actually help this half Japanese Aini, and then tried to help her where she wanted to go as McDonald's and ATM. However, they could not really understand with Aini's half Japanese slang. So
yeah, they tried to understand what she was trying to say. For example, the robot money. She was talking about the ATM. However, Yasmin and Haziq misunderstood that as
robots in Malaysia, definitely.
yeah, robots. So, what we can actually say from this video is that we, as a Malaysian, or maybe like other people from other parts of the country, should learn a few
simple language of
Yeah.
other language too, I would say, because I mean, like, we are Malaysian and we're open with all of other cultures and people coming to our country. So I think it's very, very, very important for us to actually learn some language, just a simple one that actually can help you understand the foreigners and your friends.
Other than that, we could also learn some gestures that for other foreigners to understand, or maybe some gestures that maybe a foreigner might use and you might understand. So it's just about the simple basic language, the simple basic words in a language that we can try to educate ourselves. And
Yeah, I would say try taking classes that could actually learn things like this, or maybe you can learn it by yourself and actually gain some knowledge and information about other language. So
you can go watch K-drama or any other shows of different languages, because you might not know that.
you could actually
Yeah,
use
you
that
could- yeah.
information in the future and help people and yourself.
Yeah, and you can listen to music, because a lot of people actually learn language through music. So, we can actually search what the meaning of the words in that language, the romanization. We can see the pronunciation and so on. Like, there's so many things. There's so many ways for you to learn other languages, and it's not that hard, honestly.
I mean, if you really want for yourself, you can actually do it and educate yourself and the people around you.
Yeah, just go through YouTube, scroll through Google, and then you can learn some languages and other.
And everything is actually at the tip of our finger. So if you really want, you can actually do it. It's very easy in nowadays because you're all using technologies.
Learning other languages, we can actually bond with other people around the country. We can actually gain more friends from other countries. We can have a variety of different cultures.
And actually learning other words in other language can actually help you score better in your essays. Actually, if you learn more words and knowledge and information, your essay is always going to be to the top for sure. For example, her. Yeah.
So thank you. I think that is all from us.
Yeah, thank you.
And
Peace out.
yeah, thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Bye.